Good morning. It's fair warning, I've tried this multiple times. I've never hit 7 minutes. This morning is going to be the first time I'm successful at this. Yeah. I have the glorious opportunity today to talk to you about the super sexy topic of the infrastructure of technology. I'm going to make you care by the end of this session. So, my name is Nikolaus Namba. I'm the Director of 21st Century Learning from Lindsay Unified School District. In 2007, we gathered as a community. We brought our parents, educators, administrators, business owners, and everybody to come up with our strategic design that gave us our mission, our vision, our values. And they came up with statements like this: every learner has access to a computer and the internet at school and at home. To put it into context, 2 months later, the first iPhone came out. The first iPhone came out. So our parents were reaching, and they were pushing us hard, because even then they were saying, we want this now, which seemed baffling at the time. In a district in the middle of the Central Valley, somewhere between LA and San Francisco, to give you context, and amongst a bunch of cornfields and agricultural land, we have 4,200 learners. We have approximately 50% ELs. Our parents' education level around 5th grade, and our learners receive 100% free and reduced lunch. Raise your hand, please, if you have internet in your home. Keep them up high. Okay. Keep it up if your internet is free. Just making sure, because I wanted to know the provider you were using. So what's the point here? So in 2014, the U.S. Census did a study. They found that everybody making over $100,000, you are 90% likely to have internet in your home. $25,000, you are 48% likely to have internet at your home. But big deal, except this is how many of our kids receive free and reduced lunch, which meant half of our learners didn't receive internet inside their home. So you go through your classrooms and tell me who deserves a book or a pencil or a pen, but only give them to half your kids. And then you tell me that you're okay with that. Because we're not okay with that. We're talking about equity as an issue in Lindsay. This became an issue. But whose fault was it? It was our fault, right? Because we wanted to become one-to-one. And we touted that. We became one-to-one in 2014. These are the pictures that happened. Our kids were super excited. You know why they were excited? Because they were at school where they had internet. And when they went home, they couldn't use the devices. And so as a site principal, I would walk out at 6 or 6:30 or 7, of course, at 5. And I would close my door and I would be surrounded by kids by my front office using the Wi-Fi every single day. And so the question that we were left wondering is, how did we just expand an equity gap by giving our learners devices? All of a sudden, all learners were not accessing information the same. That became a problem for us. I'm going to catch you up on 6 years worth of research and all the problems in 3 minutes and 4 minutes. So here we go. This is the age where internet is not luxury. Internet is a need, a basic need for the type of learning that we were asking our learners to do. So we tried these solutions, right? Netbooks on a cellular network, too slow. No band, not enough bandwidth. So then we got serious. Okay, let's build an actual phase. Phase 1, here's phase 1. We tried for 40 of our learners to place an antenna somewhere in town and send signals to their home. Okay? Successful, wonderful. We sent the signals, there they are, on a home, wonderful. 40 learners, remember I've got 4,200. Okay? Phase 2. This has got to get bigger. One of the barriers that we faced, there's a city ordinance that says you can't hang satellites and antennas anywhere in the city, and it's from somewhere back in the Stone Ages. So we had to go to the city and say, we need that done away with because this is going to be a problem. And they said, okay. Problem number 2, we didn't have anywhere to put the antenna. So since we were at the city, hey, can we hang these things on your really high buildings? Because in Lindsay, there's not many high buildings. And they said yes. So we started to work together and we put our antenna not just on the city buildings, but also on staff homes, on board members' homes, on any homes that would allow us to, because the concept here was we would send a signal to their home, and then those homes would send signals out to the homes around them, thus creating a beautiful system, right? Everything is so great until you implement it. So here's our antenna. Here's the initial draft. No joke, this is what it looked like. We were like, okay, we're gonna put 400 point-to-point antennas all over the town, and we're gonna have everybody covered. It sounded like the best idea, and that's because nobody else was trying it. Here's where we are now. We have 1,200 point-to-point antennas across the city of Lindsay to service our learners inside their homes. And why did we have to do that? Because materials in the homes in Lindsay are unpredictable. Some of our walls are built with solid concrete. They're not just what we assumed they are, which is insulation and framing and all of that kind of stuff. The signal was too weak, and we're expecting 4 megabytes per second to go into each of our devices so they can stream the technology that they need to stream, and it wasn't happening. And so there, we thought we were done. We were super excited, and then we have these families that are far on farms and behind some hills. And so how do we service them? Because our signal wasn't strong enough to get out to them, we called on these partners and we said, help us come up with a solution, and we did. We came up with a 4G LTE solution so they have stronger antennas, and we hang those things on the highest thing that we can find. Still a problem. We have apartment managers that said you can't do this. I'm not willing to pay the 25 cents a month in energy that it's going to cost us to provide all the kids. So clearly they were missing the point. They need to be here. So we had to come up with that solution. We came up with a MiFi device. So now we have MiFi devices for the apartment buildings where managers aren't allowing us to use those devices. You see a theme here, which is like, there's a problem, fix it. There's a problem, fix it. There's a problem, fix it. That's the point. That's the story. Now we have Wi-Fi, MiFi, LTE solutions that are covering the entire school district for our learners free of charge. This is equity towards information. This is something that we should be talking about that we aren't. And so for some reason right now, we're shoveling this under some assumption that everybody's okay and has internet at home, and we're here to say that's not true. It's not okay that we're not talking about it, and we've done something about it, so just come use what we've done. Don't go do it on yourself. I wouldn't be good if I wouldn't throw in data. Here's our data. It's getting better. I promise. It's all here. And here's the last question you're going to have. The startup cost is $1.25 million. On a yearly basis, it's about $70,000. That's $17 a learner for the city of Lindsay, or for the Lindsay Unified School District. Ask me questions. Sorry. Thank you.